Okay, so we're playing Balatro, which is a amazing poker poker deck building roguelike. And it's actually just a demo right now, but there's a lot of content. And I've been playing it a lot just for me. I decided to play it for stream because why not? Why not? So we may have to explain how this works a few different times, but let's just do a rundown real quick. So first of all, after every encounter, you get to go to a shop, which is like where this money comes in. You can also either choose to fight a blind, which is like the enemy, or you can skip it for a reward. And when you do that, you're missing out on some money and on getting to go to a shop. Sometimes it is worth it. In fact, I would probably consider taking this, skipping this blind and getting a spectral pack, but obviously we want to play. So we're going to play. And ideally, what I would like is a full house. So we're like kind of, we got 2 8s, we have 2 7s too. We could keep the two 7s. Actually, let's see if that works. So let's get rid of everything but our 8s and 7s. And we'll go fishing for a full house. Okay, now we have 10s, so we don't care about our 7s anymore. We have we'll have a full house. By the way, we get 4 discards with this deck that we're using right here. All right, so that's our full house. I'm gonna go ahead and play that, and that should earn us over 300, which is what we need to win. Poker face. And we want to do that in one hand because it's going to make us one additional dollar, which when we go to the shop will be potentially relevant, right? Potentially relevant. So now we have 10 money and we're at a shop. There's a couple things we could buy. There's these jokers, which give you like long-lasting benefits. And then these vouchers, which are even more permanent because jokers can be sold and you can only have 5 of them, and vouchers, there's no limit to how many vouchers you can have. They just cost a lot more. And we also have these little packs here which modify our deck or modify how powerful hands are. That being said, there's not really a joker that's going to super affect our gameplay here. I'm going to take an Arcana pack and we'll maybe get an idea how this all goes. So the Empress, we can make our cards more powerful. Hangman will let us get rid of some cards, so we could potentially delete our 3s, which in theory would make the deck stronger. This card would, this High Priestess would spawn planet cards, which planet cards give you boosts to the value of certain hands, but since it's random, I don't really want that. I'm going to delete my 3s. So the 3s aren't in the deck, which means it's harder to, get 4 3s or whatever, but that means the 3s are some of the worst cards, and now we're more likely to get other cards. That's the idea there. We have 6 money left, but I'm gonna just hang on to it. You are incentivized to keep hang on to your money because you get interest for every $5 you have, you get 1 extra free dollar. We have 3 2s, which is a good start of a full house. 2s are worth a lot less than like 9s and 10s when we play them. So I don't love that, but I think I'm willing to hang on to them. I'm not sure if that was the right play or not. We kind of have a lot of nothing well, we have the 3 2s, but if we play these 3 2s, actually I can show you, it's worth 60. Just we want to make 450 for 4 hands, so 60 is not that exciting. We're worth a little bit more than that because we'll get to add the face value, so it's actually worth, what is that, 26 times 3, but that's not that exciting. Let's fish for hopefully a king or a queen. Perfect. Okay, so now we have full house, and we'll go ahead and play that. So we add all the face values, and then we times it by 4. So not enough to get us to 450, but it's a good start. We also have the beginning of a flush here. In fact, we have a whole flush, so that's makes it nice and easy. I think it's probably not quite enough to win, but we also have a pair that we're keeping behind, so we should have we should win after this hand, I think, handsomely. Do the math, 222, 486. Never mind, we did it in two hands. And now we will receive our rewards. So you can see the extra hands were worth money, and the having $5, every $5 is worth $1, up to 25. So there's no reason to hoard more than 25. So we made $7 more. We're at 13. So now we can look at some jokers that we could buy. Supernova is a really interesting joker. It gets stronger for every poker hand that you've played already. And we can actually look at our run info here and see, we've only played 3 hands, but we played 2 full houses and 1 flush. So I'm not hating the idea of taking Supernova. In fact, I think we are going to do that. And then, so these Arcana packs give us cards that modify the deck, and the Celestial packs give us cards that modify how strong hands are. We actually don't have enough money for either, so I think this was more expensive than I thought it was. That's fine. Okay, so we're not buying anything. Let's proceed. All right, so we're fighting our first our first boss, and he debuffs all heart cards. So all our hearts don't give us value when we play them, but they still count towards the hands. So we have a beginning of a straight here, but we wouldn't receive credit for playing the ace, as we also have a pair of 8s. So, and there's also most of a flush. So I might keep our 8s, and then just either look for an 8 or another spade. I forgot what spades were called for a second. Okay, now we have a pair of 8s and a pair of jacks. The 2 pairs actually aren't great. What we would love is a flush or a full house, because that's what we've already played, and that's what Supernova will buff. So I don't know how crazy this is. We're going to keep our jacks and our 8s and look for another jack or another 8. Of course, now we are again close to a flush, but just missing it. We have 2 discards left. We're marching our way towards doom here. I'm gonna keep on fishing for an 8 or a jack. All right, we're on our last discard. Once that happens, we're going to be forced to play hands, which might not be great for us. 8 or a jack, let's go. All right, so that's good. Again, we're not going to get the credit for playing this jack right here. What's up, just a friend? But we will still get our benefits for playing a full house. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's 76, and then we got ×3 from our Supernova. And you see we were just shy of what we needed to win in one hand. That's okay. The only bad thing here is we have a bunch of hearts that we don't give credit for, and we don't have any discards left. But I think our 2 pairs should be enough to pull us through this. So it's going to be 50 times 2 is 100. There we go. Oh, hey, Frost. Well, welcome. We're playing a poker deck builder roguelike, which is a sentence. Oh, a double follow from my friend Frost. Thank you. Totally not Jamin. Also, thank you for the follow. Okay, we got 10 money. There's all sorts of good stuff here in the shop. If you look at our most played hands, we have been playing full houses. So this Earth card will actually make our full houses way better. This is also really good. Extra hand is awesome. We actually have time to make enough money to buy this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this earth, and you'll see this will actually make our full houses more valuable for the rest of the game. And I'm tempted to buy one of these, but I'm going to save my money because I do want to buy this grabber voucher. I just didn't want to let that earth go. Okay, so we really ideally want full houses. We have jacks and sevens. So we're going to fish for jacks and sevens, and we got it. So I actually think this is between the full house and the supernova. We probably got this in one hand. Times 10, yeah, so that's 1,000. So it wasn't like a whole lot more than our goal, which was 800, but it's pretty good. And winning in early hands makes us extra money. We made 3 money for only using one hand there to win. So we have a holographic card, which is actually really good. It gives us plus 10 molt, and on top of its normal power. But I really want this voucher, so we're going to buy the grabber voucher. So now we have one more hand for the rest of the game. And of course, extra hands are also extra money, so it makes it easier and should earn us a little bit of cash. So we're ready for our next level. Gotta get 12,000, which we got 1,000 in one hand last game. So we have 5 hands to get 1,200. Did I say 12,000? 1,200. We don't have any pairs. And we're kind of looking for full houses. Ideally, we'd like full houses. We are really close to a flush. So you could go for that. But the thing is like, once we start to specialize, we kind of need to keep on trying to specialize, which is risky because if we mess up and don't get the hands we need, we could get into trouble here. I'm actually going to throw away all our low cards and look for... we're looking for a full house, which... we don't have, but we do have 2 jacks and 2 aces, so feeling medium confident, right? Still nothing. We'll try again. We have lots of discards left. There it is. There's our full house. Boom. I think this will be 1,200. Yeah, okay, that was a little bit more than 1,200. One hand is good. Earns us extra money. And we are successful. Okay. If you look at the blind, we're coming up against the boss of this ante, and his ability is just that we have to play 5 cards. It's not really a huge problem for us. This joker right here gives us plus 2 hand size, so we'll go from 8 to 10, which is kind of amazing. So we're going to take that. And then we're going to get this tarot deck, which will potentially, there's a lot of things that we don't know what it'll do. There's a lot of stuff it could do. I'm hoping for something. Okay, we didn't quite get what I wanted. So this here will give us value for how much jokers we have. We could get 4 for our 2 jokers, but we spent 4 to open this deck, so that'd be silly. This lever card will let us turn 1 card wild, which is good, but we're not going for flushes, we're going for full houses. So we're actually going to take this Hanged Man, and I'm going to delete the 2 and the 8. So in the future, maybe we can get rid of more 2s and 8s, and it'll make it easier for us to get 3 of a kind. There's also ways that we could have potentially have made more 8s or duplicated a card, but we didn't get those cards. So let's keep on going. And let's go fight the psychic, so we're doing okay. We might run into some trouble a little later on, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. 2 10s, 2 9s, also 2 5s, but I don't care about that. So 2 10s and 2 9s, and discard. Actually, so we'll keep our jack, and we'll discard this 2. And we're just looking for 10s and 9s here. I guess we kept the queen, same difference. We're still looking for 10s and 9s. Yeah. Again, if we don't get it, it will be in trouble, but that's The name of the game. We're looking for 10s and 9s. All right. Still. All right. Are we getting desperate? We're getting a little. We have 2 more discards. Only 28 cards left in the deck. Statistically, I think we're probably okay. We also actually have we have 2 pair, which isn't nothing. Let's discard all this. We'll dump our king and ace. I'm kind of thinking if we hang on to this, we have a flush still. Or we're close to a flush, I mean. We just need a 10 or a 9 here. Come on. There we go. We actually end up with a 4 of a kind. So you can see that's 60 times 5, but our full house is 60 times 6. So we actually want to do our full house. Also, we'll get our supernova bonus here. We're probably not going to win this in one hand, if I was to guess. 12. No. Okay, so we're 300 short, but we have a lot of hands to fix this up. Now we have 2 aces and 2 jacks. We just played. Do we just play jacks? Is that track? Yeah. So we actually don't want to keep these jacks because we know there's not another jack in the deck. So I think we actually want to discard our jacks and all this. We're looking for, well, a lot here. You know what? Maybe we just keep the. We just keep the jacks. I don't know. No straights. So that's not a terrible idea. But the thing is so like this is it's almost a poker RPG. And we're the build that we're playing here is looking for it is kind of desperate looking for full houses. We need to get 300 more points. We'll be fine either way. You know what? Here we'll play her straight. Do I want to do that? It's just not going to be that much points. That's why we're not going to do it. I'm going to keep my aces, and you know what? We can keep the jacks too. And we'll just see what we get. This is our last discard. But Ben, it's good that you know how to play, and you're going to be like, you just threw away a good hand, and now you have. So in hindsight, we should have actually. Do we have a flush? We have a flush. Hang on, we'll play the flush here. But in hindsight, maybe I should have just played the straight. But I was trying to get a full house. 25 times 5, so that'll carry us over our goal. Oh, no worries. I'll give another description now that people are trickling in. This game is called Balatro. It's like my favorite game right now, so I decided, hey, maybe I'll just play a game. Well, not that I don't like the games I play, but it's poker, but it's like a poker RPG deck builder. So you it's a lot going on. But there's 5 antes, and every ante we have to do a small blind, a big blind, and a boss. And then the score you need to win goes up and up, and then you can buy stuff that will, make your deck stronger over time. These jokers super change how you play. These vouchers are also long-term bonuses. And that's basically how it works. So our deck is kind of being, so we have this card right here, gives us a multiplier for every time we play the same hand over and over again. And then if you look at our poker hands, we're really trying to play full houses. We played it 6 times, so and we've leveled it up once. All right, so this card right here will give us a random joker. I'm just going to buy it. We'll get a random joker. This sucks. We did not want that. We basically wasted $4. Plus 15 volt if a can contains 3 or fewer cards isn't awful, but we want to play full houses. We're going to hang on to it for now. There's no reason not to. We have room for 5 jokers, so it's not a problem at the moment. I'm going to buy this Celestial pack. Or this Arcana pack, I'm sorry. And we got this card makes a card a steel card, and steel cards give you a multiplier, which is important. This Temperance would give us money. We paid 4 for it, and it would make us 6. And we can make cards into spades, which would help us get flushes, which, you know what isn't terrible. We can use it as a backup. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this ace, this queen, and this other queen all be spades. Since obviously more spades means it's easier to get flushes, right? Cool. I'm glad, Ben. So this is actually a demo. The game's like kind of ready, but they're just sitting on it. I'm sure they're play testing it and stuff. I wouldn't mind this being a regular thing that I play. Obviously, right now there's not that much content, but there's probably more than a night's worth. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. It's also probably be on YouTube someday, hopefully. All right. Okay, so we've started the third ante. Our boss is water, which his power is that you don't get any discards, which you'll see we get 4 discards when we start. So like that's pretty strong ability. Luckily we get a 10 card hand that'll help us. But we do probably want to get a little stronger before we have to fight the boss. All right, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna fish for a full house. Obviously, I see that we have a straight. We'll probably play a straight build later, but we're not really looking for straights. So we're gonna keep our 10s and our jacks and our 9s, and we're gonna go look for more jacks and 9s. And yeah, so we'll discard all that. Yeah, I think I probably learned to play poker from video games as well, actually. All right, so we still have two jacks, 2 9s. We have 3 aces now, which means we're probably going to switch. We're no longer looking. We don't care about our 9s anymore. Hopefully we didn't throw any aces away earlier. I don't think we did, so we're looking for, there we go. Full house, aces and jacks. Go ahead and play that. Yeah, you switched, Frost. You switched on me. So as you can see, well, we got halfway through in that hand, which actually, if you think about it, means that our deck is starting to have some strength issues. These 2s could help us make a full house. It's a little bit sketch because you don't get to add the face value of the 2s to the score, so obviously 2s are way worse than 3 10s. That being said, it's probably not the worst play ever. We know we already played aces, so I'm going to fish for a king or a 10. Ooh, okay, so actually, we'll do kings and 2s. This is probably going to just miss. Oh my goodness. I just ruined the hand here with a misclick. Did you see that? I didn't put one of my 2s in. So we might lose now because I am bad at clicking. All right, we are in trouble. What a loser. So we do have a straight. What we're gonna find is that's like, wait, it's not. Wait, is it a straight? Oh, there's a 3. Hang on, I suck. 2, 3's down. That's just 90 points, which is, I mean, we need to make thousands here. We are not that far away from a flush, which might save us a little bit here. I'm going to keep the 2s and the 5s. Let's get rid of everything else. That's not a spade. Oh man, what a misplay. How embarrassing. All right, we might be done here. All right, we do have this flush. We'll keep our 5s and 2s. We might pick up some more 5s and 2s here once we play this. So I think that's good about this flush is that we got a little bit of bonus multiplayer from our joker. We need a 5 or a 2. Okay, we have a full house here. All right, that might keep us in the game. We also have most of a straight, but again, since we haven't done anything to go into straights, the straights aren't very good. But we did pull another full house just now. Times 14. It's another 1,000. So okay, we got it. I almost bungled that. And then I took extra hands, so we didn't get as much money as we could have if I'd played perfectly. What a loser. All right. So we can kind of see the deck is getting to the point where it's not really keeping up with what we need it to do. So best thing way to fix that is to buy a new Joker to help us out. We have this one, which gives us a bonus when we play aces. Or this one, which gives us plus 10 mults, which is pretty good because this thing's only giving us like plus 7 at the moment. But there's a 1 in 10 chance it's destroyed at the end of every round, which is every fight. I think I'm going to take this though because this is going to pretty much, unless we lose it next round with really bad luck, this will carry us through for a while. All right, take a sip. Hey, Gabe. Yeah, we're playing Balatro, which is a puzzle, or it's a poker roguelike. If that makes any sense. Oh, I owe Ben an olive. Apologies, Ben. Okay, so I'm gonna buy the banana. Right, always buy the banana. I don't need this half joker. I don't have any interest in having, but there's no reason to sell it yet. So, all right. So we're gonna go right into the big blind. We need to make 42. Should be fine as long as I don't do any stupid misplays. 2 10s, 2 6s. So we will shed all this and the queen. So looking for 10s and 6s. We did not get 10. Oh, we did. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep these queens. We're going to play full house, 10s and 6s. And we'll see where we are score-wise now. So that's times 25, so that's 2,500 basically. So we can make these in basically 2 hands. We have queens and 9s. So let's go fishing for a queen or a 9. Got it. Cool. And that should carry us over here. And again, every time we play a full house, this supernova gets stronger and stronger. It's gradual strength, but it's happening. All right, so that was, yeah, we did that in 2 hands. Pretty good. And the Joker survived this round, so we get it in the boss. The boss is going to be scary, actually, because we're not going to get any discards, but we need to only way we can win is to get full houses. Now, we can kind of effectively discard cards by playing junk hands, right? I'm going to take this Celestial pack. This will give us 1 of 3 planet cards, and planet cards can improve hands. What we really want is a full house. That's funny. We did not get, we wanted full house, which is actually the Earth card. We didn't get it. Probably Venus makes sense. We actually can kind of lean into, we can play the half joker if we get a 3 of a kind somehow, but not a pair. So I think that's what we'll go here. We should be okay as long as we don't have abysmal luck. We should be all right. Okay, let's go into our boss fight. All right, we have 2 8s, 2 7s, and 2 2s actually. So we could play a pair of 2s and then a bunch of junk to try to draw some 8s and 7s. I think that's probably the play. We don't have a straight or anything, so we'll play a pair. And then all this, and we're hoping to draw more 8s or 7s. So there we go. And the banana we still made, well, we basically made nothing on that. Okay, we got our full house. This isn't going to quite get us a win or anything, but still put us in a pretty good position. We have 2 9s also, so hopefully we draw some good stuff here. And 17, then another 10. And we are basically halfway. We have 9s and 5s. We got 3 hands left. So we don't want to play our 9s and 5s, which means we're basically going to, it's like we're probably going to have to just do a junk ace high hand, which isn't great. Don't love that. But we're looking for a 9 or 9s and 5s here. Also, honestly, 5s isn't awesome in as far as like as a hand to play, but I think that's still the thing we need to do here. Ace high comes out to 180. It's not great. Okay, we do have a full house. We have one hand after this. I think we may miss this, but as long as we get like something, we should be okay. $28. So yeah, I think we just we missed it by 15. So we're good. We actually does we would still ideally like a full house. So obviously we're not gonna get one. We would like a full house because of Supernova. If we look at our poker hands, our second most common poker hand is flush, which we also missed by 1. So this doesn't really matter. We'll play 2 pair, which is going to be pretty pathetic score-wise, but we only needed 15 points to beat the boss. All right, we got to keep our banana, which is good. We're going to make some money. We do have to we barely won that, so that tells us that our deck is not strong enough right now, right? We definitely need to find a way to get stronger here. This isn't awful. This is a money-making thing, but it requires us not to discard, and our deck definitely relies on discarding right now. With 11, these could both be total washes, but I think we're going to have to dip into these and hope we get something good. We actually have a little bit more money than we're showing because we can buy this Joker. We can sell this Joker for 2 more money. What we really want here is an Earth when we open the Celestial pack. So let's see. No. We keep on leveling 3 of a kind up. So that was basically a waste, honestly. Like, this is probably not going to affect anything one way or the other. And now we're going to hope for something good in our Arcana pack. Let's see. There are only 2 3s in the deck, and there's only 3 2s. So we could delete a 2. Is there an 8 in here? And an 8. If we delete a 2 and an 8, that would increase our odds. So we could do that with the Hanged Man. The World and the Star, they change suits, so that's not really the build we're doing. We're not really looking for flushes, so I don't care about that. And the Hermit doubles your money up to $20, but we don't have any money to double. So we're going to delete our 2 and our 8, which effectively, I almost hit the wrong one, which effectively makes it more likely to get other cards to be multiple, right? So that's the plan. We technically got a little stronger. We are kind of in trouble, honestly, and we spent a bunch of money to not do that much. So let's see what happens. All right, 3 7s, 2 queens. So here's a full house right off the bat, right off the rip. So that's 3,000 basically. So you can see we should be able to get there. And honestly, this deck is not, it's not strong. It's not as strong as I'd like it to be. Looking for 10s and 9s. Let's keep the king. Okay, now we have, okay, well, there we go. 3 kings, 3 10s. That's about as good of a hand as we can get right now. We'd like to level up this full house with a planet card, but we haven't seen one. 330, 3,300, I mean. 6 or a 9. All right, cool. We got it without having to use our discards. which actually doesn't really mean anything, but it's all right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you're familiar with. I'm more the I'm a big fan of roguelikes, more like the card game turn-based style stuff. But I play like a few other things. But no, I love Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is probably my favorite game of all time. I like Monster Train a lot. Okay, sick. We have no money. Actually, we could potentially buy this. Uh, Odd ranked cards. That's not too bad. So plus 20 chips for each odd ranked card. We'd rather have something that increases our multiplier, but this isn't awful. And it also gives you 30 chips automatically because it's foil. So if we sold our half joker, we could buy this, which is good. That's a significant boost. The other thing to remember is we're a little weak on already, and this joker could potentially go away any hand, so that's a little frightening. This banana has a 1 in 10 chance to be destroyed every round, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay, full house off the rip. That's good. This is going to give extra chips for the aces. Not enough to like win, but should be decent. And again, every time we play a full house, this card gets stronger and stronger. So like, there's that aspect of this too. So that's six. We played 16 full houses already. I don't know if I've actually heard of insurmountable. All right, we have 3 4s, which like in some ways kind of sucks. In fact, you know what we'll do? We'll play the 7s and the 4s. Just every time we play a full house, actually, it's good for us. So we'll do that. And then also that should get us in the direction we want to go, right? It's like not amazing, but it's not awful. Okay, never mind. I one. Oh, cool. And we kept the banana, so that's good. Every time we keep the banana, it's good. So that time, actually, we got that in with only 2 of our 3 hands. Like, all of a sudden, things are going a little better for us. We only made 7 money. We don't care about straight flushes, because that's much harder to do than a flush. We could look for a celestial pack here. I'm actually going to save the money just because every time you keep $5 when you go into a store, you get interest on the money. I think we are about to go fight the wheel, which gives us 1 in 7 cards drawn face down. That's not the worst boss fight in the game. Let's go for it. Here we go. Okay, so we have 4s and 2s, which is like not the thing you want to be hoarding, honestly. Do we just throw it away? Yeah, because also Odd Todd gives us points for playing odd cards, and now we have a bunch. So we're just going to dump all this, even though we're like, that's most of a full house there. It's, they're not good full house. So let's see if that pays off. That's better, right? Kings and queens and jacks. Almost said queens and jakes. So we can discard. That being said, the Odd Todd doesn't do anything on these face cards, so that's not amazing. But that's all right. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so we have aces and queens, and we actually have 4 of a kind jacks for our next full house. So we should be doing all right. Okay, actually, now that you say that, Ben, I think maybe I have at least like seen it. All right, here we go. Okay, so that's times 24 times 34, 170 times 200 times 34. 68,000. That's actually not even halfway. So that part's actually a little sketch. We're definitely discarding these cards. We actually don't need one of these jokers, honestly, or jacks, I mean. And then I don't love that there's no odd cards showing. Let's get rid of this. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 5 cards being discarded. We're hoping for 10s or 8s here. All right, we might be in trouble. We have one discard left. We do have a lot of hands, at least, to work with still. Um, so we actually want odd cards. So we're gonna keep our jacks, and we're gonna discard this and the 8. And honestly, we kind of want the 9, 7, and 5. So even though we have one extra card we could discard, we're gonna hang on to those. And that's not good. Okay. So we actually don't want to play our joker or jacks, really. We want to keep them. So we're going to play a little bogus hand here. We don't really need the king. And we'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of this. Because what we really want is 1, 9, 7, or 5. So this is worth nothing, obviously. Although it has almost 1,000. Okay, cool. We got 2 5s. So we have a full house here. Jacks and 5. Okay. That was worth 7,000. Oh, no. Okay, so we're 400 away. We should be fine. And we already have the full house we need to win. Nice. One hand left. That doesn't matter too much. Nice big hand. Let's see if we keep our banana. Okay, live for another day. Deck still needs to get significantly stronger. We are in the last hand, or the last, we're in the last ante, and then there's a final boss at the end of this ante. That's a straight. We don't care about that. Thanks, guys. Of course, you're the same person, so that's silly. So this, if we look at this final boss, he actually turns off. Oh, we won't see him for a second until we go. Okay. Keep on waiting for a better pack that has only more than 3 cards in it. But we really need to draw an Earth here. Oh, we got one. Sweet. Okay, cool. So Earth's going to level up our full house. Full house is our bread and butter. That's great. It just got noticeably stronger. This 8 card pack, well, there'll be something. This is going to give us 5 cards to choose from. There'll be something in here we can use. Either a Fool, which will give us another Earth. Okay, that's okay. We got some interesting options here. Okay, so if we had a lot of kings, I would consider turning kings into aces, because the boss at the end of this round actually turns off all your face cards. But I think we can sort of survive that because we have. No, maybe we should do that. Hey, I'm going to turn this king into an ace. I'm going to turn this 4 into a 5. I was thinking about turning both of them, both the 4s into 5s, but honestly, turning the king in makes more sense. So that's what this card does. This card duplicates 1 card, which is we could make another card an ace, but we don't need to do that. This makes the cards better. That wouldn't be terrible. The Sun would turn cards into hearts. We're not looking for flushes. And the Emperor gives us 2 random cards, which you might be thinking, dude, you could get a strength and a death if you take the Emperor. But so the game doesn't track that for you. So like in the middle of the round, I have tried to keep a little bit of knowledge of that, but perfect play would be like actually tracking that, which I'm not doing. Probably in the long term, that probably would be the play to do. Like if you wanted to get serious. All right, so we're gonna do this. So an extra ace and an extra 5, which makes it easier to get 3 of a kind and aces and 5s, right? So the deck is effectively better now. And we pulled. I wanted a Fool, which gives you the last card you played, and then we could have gotten another Earth. But you can't win that. You can't have everything. All right, here we go. 4 aces. Okay, so we have aces and sevens. This is actually an awesome hand. Only thing better be aces and nines, but Odd Todd's going to go off and give us a bunch of extra points on this one. But yeah, Ben, you're right. Like, we should keep track of the fact that we played sevens so we don't try to get sevens on our second hand, right? The game doesn't actually track that for you, which it tracks like everything else, but, you know, leaves a little bit up to your brain. So that was a pretty good score for us. So this ace is effectively track. Actually, technically, there's 5 aces in the deck, so we could get another ace, but still. Also, we know we don't have a lot of 2s or 3s, so we don't really care about this. So probably don't want the ace, and we don't want the 2. We don't want the 4. 5s are great. 8s are whatever. And I actually rather have... It doesn't really matter, actually. We'll discard these 5 cards. Hoping for really like another 5 and an 8 would be good. There we go. That works. Perfect. This should be enough because obviously 5s aren't great, but they get plus 20 because of Odd Todd. And our Supernova continues to get strong. That's 8,000. So yeah, that was plenty. All right, so we made 6 on that. We're at 8. We've been money starved this whole time. So actually, there's a Joker that gives you money at the end of the round, but we're like in the late game now. So we would have loved this earlier. Like if you got this round 2 to make you like 30 money over the course of a game. This is interesting. Obviously, a planet pack would be good if we pulled an Earth. I'm going to take the Arcana pack. There'll be something in here we can use. A little worried about like the final boss situation right now. All right, so we can make another ace. That might not be terrible because that's like you get rid of a 2 and you gain an ace. That's good. We don't care about making more hearts. The steel one's okay. It gives you some extra mult. This one gives you more points on some cards. That's not bad either. But we need to make full houses, right? So I'm going to use death to turn this 2 into a 6th ace. And aces are good for our deck right now. All right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Not about like this hand, but the overall. Interesting. And okay, interesting. We haven't really talked about this since the very beginning. You can skip a blind to and to get the benefit. So this one will be we skip this blind, which will probably make us 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll probably make us like $6, and then that would give us 15 money after we beat this blind. But so that's like really like it's like 7 extra money. I actually don't really know if it's worth it. Let's do it. We'll go right into the fight. Yeah, you know what? F it. Was that the right play? I don't know. So now we're going right into the plant, which debuffs all our face cards, which is a little scary. But we'll see how we do. So obviously we don't want this. We actually have a lot of stuff right now. We're going to get rid of these 8 and the 6. And then everything else is an odd pair, which is really good for us. So I think we're going to have to keep everything else. And we want 7s, 5s, or aces. There we go. I'm going to keep the aces for now because I think we're assuming we can get 3 pretty easily with that. And this hand, although it's not 10s, is pretty good because of Odd Todd. Odd Todd gives them 20 points each. This is actually a pretty strong. Oh, we lost the. Oh, dude, we lost the banana. We might be done. I didn't notice the banana went. 7,000. 4 more hands. So if you do the math on that, we need to basically do that every time here. We have our 3 aces. With 6 aces, I don't even know if we actually want to give up this extra ace. So the game's kind of how many bosses. So right now in the demo, you play the same bosses every time, but I think, and there's one more boss after this boss, but I think there'll be like 30 bosses in the real game, and there's a way you can re-roll the boss, and that you'll meet extra bosses when you do that, but otherwise you see the same bosses over and over again. Okay, so we need a pair of something. We already played fives, and we don't have a lot of threes. I'm actually going to... Don't really know what the best thing to keep is, actually. I'm going to keep the 10, I think. And we're looking for really a pair of anything. All right, a couple discards left. Oh, no, we actually have full house here. Okay. Oh, the banana gave us 10 multiplier, but it had a chance to disappear at any time. So it was significantly helping us make points. Luckily, our Joker is getting more valuable, the supernova. But so that was times 24, it would have been times 34 if we'd had the banana still. Okay, we're literally halfway. We have 3 hands left. We have some discards still. We'll see. So we don't want any of these face cards, and we don't want this 2. We kind of need... Okay, that saved our butts, actually. We have 1 discard left, too. This is going to take us... This will get us close. Yeah, a lot of faces when you don't want faces, right? Okay, I'm feeling okay now. So yeah, this would be like 40. It'd be times 43 if we had the banana still. Okay, so good news. We need to pull a full house here. We have 2 turns to manage to get a full house, but we are only 5,000 away. So if we get a full house, we'll be all right. I think we have to keep these 4s, even though I don't really want them, because we've already played 5s, so there's a little risk of that going badly for us. There's not a lot of 3s in the deck. That's an odd number. Get rid of the 6, too. So we're looking for a 5 or a 4. And you can see where it'd be good to know exactly how many 5s and 4s we played. I don't think we played it, I don't think, or discarded, right? But we'll see. Okay. Interestingly enough, these 3 queens are worth nothing, but they will trigger a full house, which will give us a huge multiplier. So I think, honestly, these queens and 5s aren't the worst play ever here. And I don't think that's quite enough, but it should be close. Because these queens are worth nothing, but these 5s will get us to over 100, and then we'll get to add 34 to that. And that's 5,000, and we got it. Okay, cool. All right, so that earned us 5. 6 for having a hand left, and we got 15 for skipping that last blind. So we have 21 money, which is the most money we've ever had. Now, the boss at the last boss that we're about to fight actually deletes one of your jokers. So there's 2 jokers here in the store. This one's actually quite good. Makes faces give you bonus chips, which all of a sudden is good again. And then I'm going to buy this superposition joker just to give it away later. That leaves us with $12, which means we can buy an Arcana and a Celestial pack. There's 4 cards in here. We really need this to be an Earth. We want this to be an Earth so bad. Give us an Earth. No Earth. This is a bunch of crap. We'll buy the Venus. 3 of a Kind's actually getting kind of okay because we keep on upgrading it when we get nonsense cards. So, I guess. All right, this is our last pull. This is a little bit whatever. Honestly, this last card isn't that bad. We could put it. I'm desperate. I really want Earth, so we're gonna play the High Priestess, which will give us 2 random Earth or planet cards, and we're just gonna hope that nope, none of them are Earths. Life is terrible. All right, so I'm a little worried. We need to make 50,000 points in this. Our 3 of a kind is super leveled up, but it won't trigger our supernova. So we really need to be playing full houses. All right, here we go. Everybody cross your fingers. All cards are debuffed until 1 Joker is sold. Okay, so that's actually a pretty great opener. 3 aces. Actually don't like that there's 3 queens because it means we're gonna like giving away a chance to get a full house here. We're gonna sell the superposition because it wasn't gonna do anything for us anyway, and that turns everything back on. 3 aces is awesome. 2 queens is fine. Actually, these queens are a lot better all of a sudden. I forgot because of Scary Face. Almost makes me want. Hang on. No, yeah, we gotta do it this way. All right, so okay, it's a good opening hand. And we can do the math and see if we can get it. If we get like everything we need all the time. 50K is a lot. Yeah. So this will be over 10. So if you look at it that way, oh, it's not over 10. Ooh, so like mathematically, I don't know if we can even get this. So I think our deck just didn't come in strong enough. We needed a few more Earths. So yeah, I think mathematically we've already lost. But we'll just go down like the heroes we are. All right, we have 2 kings and 2 jacks. Yeah, I think we've already met. So we got to the final boss, and then we did not succeed. Let's just play this out. Kings and jacks, bunch of garbage. We do have. Technically, the supernova will keep on getting stronger, but I don't think it'll be enough. See, that one was stronger than the last one. Here's another full house. Sucks. We keep on like giving up our ×3s though. Yeah, because they're all been under 10,000 and we only have 5 hands. So we've lost. All right, well, let's not sit around. Well, let's just get it done quickly anyway. Go to that, keep our 7s. Guard that. We don't have the 3 of a kind that we need. Actually, these 10s are the worst thing in the. That's funny. Okay, we're close to getting a 3rd one, or a 5th full house, but it's just not going to be enough. If we had one more, if we'd drawn 1 more Earth, we probably would have won. That was pretty reasonably bad luck with the Earths. And actually, that was our whole deck. Look at that. We don't even have. We don't even have any more cards. All right, well, there's our 3 of a kind. Okay. So that's how to not win at Balatro. And it's actually not even that close, really. I know. All right, well, I thought after we were victorious, we would go to a new deck victoriously, but instead we're just going to go to a new deck with shame. So check this out. This is the Abandoned deck, and it has no face cards in it, which might, face cards are more valuable than those 2s and 3s. But if you take all the face cards out, it's actually a lot easier to make straights and to make like 4 of a kinds. So we're going to play a hand with that. And if you look at our deck now, it doesn't have any face cards in it at all. It's just 44 cards. So there we go. An opening hand. Ideally, you'd want a 4 of a kind or a full house here, because if you can do that, you'll win in one hand, right? And you also notice that we have 1 less discard, and it's because we get this modified deck instead. We do already have a straight, but the thing about that is, which is fine, but we are gonna this can backfire on us. This might, if we do this a bunch, we might end up like playing a hand that takes winning with 3 hands instead of 1 hand. But we're gonna basically look for a full house here, so that we can make 300. And okay, so now we have aces and 8s. So now we're gonna look for aces and 8s, and we got it. Okay, so this will be. Here to do the math in my head. Oh, olive. Yep. So 344. All right, so that made us to getting that full house made us an extra $1. So it's at 10. Times 2 multiplier if all unplayed cards in hand are spades and clubs. That's interesting. That actually seems pretty powerful. But you would need to modify the deck, I think, to really make that reliably gettable. Plus 10 if the hand contains 3 of a kind. This actually works with full houses. I wasn't kind of planning on not doing a full house run, to be totally honest with you. And we can definitely win this next hand without any power-ups, and that'll give us interest bonus. So let's just not spend any money this round and go on in. If we want to keep on looking for full houses, we can. So we have 10s and 6s. Probably do that. If we had an 8, we'd have a straight, but we don't. There's a little bit of risk involved here, but we have 1 more discard after this, so let's see what happens. There's a full house. It's actually full house either way. This is not going to be enough to win, but it's a good start. That was our first hand. So we are 120 points away from winning. Here is a straight, which should be enough, I think. 50 even times 150. Oh, it's 12. Oh, no, it's enough. It's 28 over. Okay, good. All right, so that was in 2 hands. We got 2 money for having 2 hands left, and we had some money in hand, so we got $2 worth of interest as well. So we can level up high card. That's like kind of a silly strategy because you can always play a high card, but it's the worst hand. So making it powerful is a little silly. I actually wanted a joker here, and we didn't get one. We're actually about to go into the card that makes all hearts turn off. We take this Arcana pack and search for something to make us stronger. We don't really have. If we draw something here that lets us make a bunch of hearts into spades or something, then all of a sudden we come back and buy this Jupiter. So I think maybe we'll do that. It is us spending all our money on not the greatest thing ever. We did not get a card that modifies. Hey Tina, we did not get a card that modifies our suits. We did get the Hermit though. This game is called Balatro. It is a roguelike poker game, almost imagine if poker was an RPG and you had to get more and more chips every round, and you can modify your deck with the money you earn, and that's what Balatro is. I'm actually, there's a lot of cool things we could do here. We could use this strength to make extra 8s. We could double our money with the Hermit, giving us 20 money. But we spent 8 to get this, so that's actually silly. That's a silly idea. This card will make any card a wild. That's not a bad strategy towards flushes, but it's not that good. I kind of want to go for 8s. We have 2 7. Yeah, let's go. Just try to make a deck full of 8s. That's the beginning of this. All right, so the deck now contains 6 8s. And you can see that right here, 6 8. So most of the deck is now largely 8s. We could buy the Celestial Pack. And really, if we got like a 3 of a kind or a full house, that would help. Let's see what we get. I don't really want to be leveling up Venus, but all right, we got to do what we got to do. All right, we could be in better position than we are right now for sure. So yeah, all hearts are trash. We do technically, so like this 4 of a kind isn't that bad, but honestly, we're kind of looking for stuff more better than 4s, right? So let's dump. On the other hand, we have a beginnings of a straight here. So what if we did this? Got rid of all this. I'm starting to think maybe we should have bought that Jupiter. Do we have a straight yet? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be a lot better if it was a straight flush. There's our first 8. All right, let's take this. This is like 150-ish, I think. So that's not amazing. It's exactly 150. We got 3 more hands to get to 600. Here's a full house. What's interesting here is we leveled up 3 of a kind, right? So that's 40 times 4. This is 40 times 5, but it's probably still worth it to go this way because we'll get points for the 8s. How would you math that? I'm not going to bother to do the math. This is still not enough to win, but this will get us pretty close. The deck's in trouble. The deck needs to get stronger if we're going to win this. 120-ish left. It's not too bad. 10, 9, 8, 7, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So there's a straight. No 7. No points for the 7. That should still be fine, though. I think that'll carry it. Yeah, it's 150 already. 180. All right. What location is the eclipse? Okay, this gives us bonuses for straights. We've been getting straights. This gives us bonuses for 4 of a kind. That's never going to happen. That's not a big deal. We did make extra 8s, which technically makes it a little harder to get straights. I'm tempted to abandon the fact that, though, and try to go for straights. I'm going to go for straights. And that being said, let's look for straights. So we want Saturn. Oh, here's like what we've been looking for this whole time. That's annoying. Go full house. Do we go flush? Let's go flush. We could still kind of switch it over to flush. This deck is not as focused as I'd like it to be. All right, here we go. So our flushes got stronger. Our straights actually are really good now. 9, 8, 7. So if we had a 6 or a... So remember, we don't have any face cards, so these aces are actually crappy for straights unless we get 2s. We're kind of in the middle of everything right now. Also have 2 5s. Kind of thinking we lean into these diamonds here. and see what we get. Okay, 10, 9, 8. So if we had kept the 6, we'd be in good position. So we want a 6. I think we threw a 6 away. It's kind of a whole lot of nothing right now. Let's look for another diamond. We're in trouble. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, we also have the flush, but the straight's gonna be way better. So we can go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And this will be 30 plus these face cards plus and then times 3 times 18. So this is gonna be a 1 to actually win in one hand. And the thing lights up when you get the whole value in one hand, which we have not really been doing. Hey, everybody watching on TikTok. Just so you know, we are also live on Twitch. Okay. We don't care about 4 of a kind. We don't want Venuses. We could sit on our money and try to get straights. Yeah, let's just go into this next one, and then we'll have a little bit of money before we go fight the psychic. I think we should be fine. Basically, if we get a straight, we'll win. We also just pulled a full house, so we'll just play the full house. At this stage of things, it's fine. It's like going to be 300-ish. 350. Okay. 8, 7. A 3 and a 6. All right. So we kind of do need a straight here. Do we abandon the 2? Let's dump this 2. All our 2s. Of course, watch us draw an ace and a 3, but I mean, that's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We got it. We're close to having a straight flush, but we don't. Okay, there's a straight. That's cool. This will win. Okay. Cool thing about that is we got that $1 for interest. So now we have 14. If you buy this, you can get huge bonuses for straight flushes, but that's unrealistic. How's my day been? I mean, it was a Friday. I spent some time with the baby, and then I decided to play a game that I really like. And we're actually, we're not doing awful, so we might see some more of this. This game, I don't know if I told everybody this already. This game's actually only a demo, so it'll eventually have a lot more content. I've got about 50 hours logged in it already, and so like this is what I play when I'm not streaming for you guys. But now we are playing it while we stream. So okay. So what we really, really want is a card that makes straight stronger here. We got it. That's Saturn. That's awesome news. Okay, so that makes our straights way better. And then, yeah, let's see what we can get out of an Arcana pack. So once we want straights, we don't really care about like changing card numbers because we actually kind of want everything to be the same. So this was sort of pointless. We'll use the Hermit to make some money back, but I think we made $2 on that deal, so that wasn't very good. On to the next one. Psychic, have to play hands of 5. That's fine for this build. If we were playing some other build, that might be really bad for us, but it's not a big deal. Extra 8 we don't need. It's hard to know what to discard on this. So actually, if we take up a 2, we're like halfway to an ace to 5 straight, but we have 10, 9, 8, 7 right now. So I guess the thing is that you need a 5, you need a 6. 10, 9, we need a 6. If we can't get a 6, this hand is going to go nowhere. So we need one of our 4 6s to show up. So that's not good. 10, 9, 8, 7 still. We really need that 6. Another 8. There are extra 8s in the deck because of some earlier shenanigans. I mean, we're so desperate for a 6 that really we don't even need this 5. Yikes. Okay, now we've seen all 5 of the 8s have come out, I think. 10, 9, 8, 7. All right, we're looking for a 6, so we're really in trouble. Okay, there it is. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I guess I don't know this for sure. I think this is going to be enough right here in one hand. Yeah. 1,800. So we have a little bit of money. So we got that in one hand. That's extra money, and we got some interest money. So I think we'll be... Oh, we got 22. This is the most money we've had. 20 chips for aces, 9, 7s, 5s, and 3s. This is actually pretty good. This is our Supernova card that we used from last time. It's a little later in the game. It's probably not that good now. Because we'd have less time, and we could get it to 20 probably by the end of the game, which actually isn't awful, but it won't do much for us for a while. I definitely want Odd Todd again. And then I'm going to draw the Celestial Pack. We really want a Saturn. We'd love a Saturn. No Saturn. Don't really care about either of these, but 2 pairs is probably more likely to happen, so we'll take that. In case we get a garbage hand, we have to dump. And... could open this Arcana pack. I'm not sure what we're even really looking for here. In this case, we could start converting into spades, even though we're kind of looking for straights. I'm actually going to take the Emperor, which gives us 2 random cards, and I'm actually really happy with that. We're going to get a random Joker with Judgment, and we can bonus some cards here once we go into this next hand. And I'm going to leave the Supernova behind, partially because we just played with it. Honestly, that's a portion of why I'm going to do that. All right, here we go. 2,800 we need to hit here. We're going to play our Judgment, see what we get. Not the worst thing ever. This is +2 molt for each Joker card we have, so it's currently worth +6. So also this incentivizes us to buy more Jokers. 6, 5, 4, 3. So we are close. I'm not going to use the Hierophant to give bonus yet, because let's discard all that. And we want a 2 or a 7. So I'm going to dump the 9 as well, because we want a 2 or a 7 here. So we got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So that's 50 times 5 times 20, 26. 50 times 26. So I'm so bad at math. I'm gonna go ahead and boost this 6 and 5. In some ways, you'd rather like boost the higher numbers, but this is what it is. All right, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There's our straight. Here we go. $50. Yeah, okay, there. Way more than we needed. One hand that makes us a little bit of money. Because of the Joker, the Joker that gives us money for molt for having multiple Jokers, we might want to buy another Joker here if we can. Buying the Even Steven is sort of funny because that means it's like the opposite of Odd Todd. It would mean all our cards are worth something. Like it's a little silly, right? Actually, that's not true. So that's funny. Joker, Odd Todd gives you chips, but Even Steven gives you molt, which is probably better. I actually am going to buy this, partially because that makes Temperance better. Difference gives you money for how much for the value of your jokers. So it was worth 2, but now it's worth 8, which means it actually would make us money. So there's no reason not to buy it. Spectrals are like the cards that change your deck up the most. So like that's an interesting idea, but we're like kind of settled into what we want. So this might not be stuff we even want to use. There's also one that spends all your money for a rare joker in the spectral deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy the celestial pack, and then I'll think about whether or not I want to buy the other one. We got the Saturn. Perfect. That's awesome. That's what you want. Yeah, everyone's on my side. So we're gonna buy the Spectral Pact. These are like the most crazy. We could have, if we hadn't bought the Celestial, we could have bought the Grabber, which actually is really good. We also could not spend money and get this later, but we probably can still get enough to get this. So you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm thinking about what we could get, and like most of it will mess up our odds of getting straights, and this deck is about straights. So no. Okay, so we have 4-3-2. We actually have ace 4-3-2. So we're going to discard this, and we need a 5. We kind of just need a 5. Perfect. Okay, this should be pretty strong, actually. We probably won't keep even Stevens the whole game because we're not likely to play 10s or even 8s that often. But as you can see, like that was a pretty strong hand. 6,000, we needed 4,000. So that's good. We're in a better position than we were last time for sure. Puts us at 16. Okay, so I think I want the Grabber. This is the thing about, like, you know, how much money do I spend? This Joker, so this Joker is not bad in the sense that it gives you a random multiplier, but like over the course of the game, I think it's definitely worth times 10, and it'll also make our abstract Joker better. Sometimes if you're like using something that you don't always want to win, this, like, because you want to play multiple hands, this Joker is terrible because you don't know if you're going to win the hand or not until you play it. But I think actually in this scenario, I'm happy to have this. And I can buy this, and I can buy the Grabber. Okay. And I think we should crush now. We do have no discards here, actually, which is kind of frightening. So 10-9. So actually, let's see. Do we have anything? We have a pair of 5s. So yeah, this is actually probably in some ways the hardest boss in the game, just because losing your discards is like a little frightening. One solution is to just play a trash hand to try to draw like up to stuff, which we totally could do. We could play like this, and then we're looking for a 4. Wait, hang on. Yeah, we need an 8. If we had an 8, we could run through. So, and if we had a 4, we're like nowhere there. We're not really there at all right now. So I can play these 3 cards and just see how that goes. If we get one straight, we win. But obviously, this is a trash hand. Although it's not that bad. True, my odds of 8 were better. Well, we got 10, 9, 9, 9, 7, 6. We actually, if we back up here and take the 5, we get additional points for the 5. And this should be 5,000, I think. I guess it depends on what I didn't see what the rent. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was closer to 10,000. All right. there's the Earth we were looking for before. We don't really want to delete anything because we're trying to get straights. If we were doing like a 4 of a kind deck or something, we'd be excited to see this Hanged Man for sure. We don't have that. We're not making that much money, which is like sort of a bummer. It's fun to have a lot of money to be able to buy a bunch of stuff. This will give us a chance to look at 5 cards, which decent chance of getting a Saturn. If we get like 2 more Saturns, I'll feel pretty good. That's great. So our Saturn just went up to level 4, and it starts at 90 times 9 before you add anything else. So we're looking pretty good there. All right, let's go in. Should be, as long as we're getting our straights, we're looking pretty strong here. We're missing a 5. A 5 actually would make both of these. We could get 8, 7, 6, 5, or we could go ace to 5 if we had a 5. It was lack of 5 is causing all kinds of problems. That's interesting. I don't know which way to go on this. We really need a 5. This is a little scary, I guess. Yeah, we need that. So actually, if you were to increase anything, I guess it would make sense to like add some 5s, but there's no way to really do that like for sure in the game. Okay, so shoot, we really want a straight. Let's look for a 5. Got it. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, forgot the 3. All right, here we go. So yeah, that's almost 10,000. We are about to come out of the range where we can get one-hand wins on this deck, but it's in pretty good condition. Hopefully we can continue to get Saturns. +4 molt for every ace, 2, 3, 5, or 8. That's probably better than Odd Todd, because molt is better than chips. At the same time, the system's kind of working. The misprint's a little bit random, but if you play a bunch of hands, it's not a big deal. 5 cards, odds of the one of them being a Saturn are decent. If we don't get the Saturn, I'm going to feel like we just threw $8 down the drain. We got the Saturn though, so that is awesome. The Saturn is level 5 now. All right, big blind. 10, 9, 8. We're missing a 7, and we're missing a 4. All right, we're gonna blow up the little cards for now. And for a 7. Okay, we don't need any of that. Yikes. Still need that 7 pretty bad. Didn't get it. So this is where this... all right, this is our last discard. Then we can play garbage hands till we get a 7. Be all right. 9. We don't need the ace. 10, 9, 8. We're looking for that 7, baby. Still no 7. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We don't need the 5, but the 5's good. So we're gonna. Oh, we're out of discards. Okay, yeah, we're out of discards. We could also kind of start leaning the other direction. So actually, this would be like playing the pair of 4. We're a little bit in trouble here. We need, we need to get a straight out of this somehow. 10, 9, 8. So let's see. If we played a garbage hand of like this and the ace, and we're just sitting here waiting for a 7, we have a lot of hands. So we statistically our odds are actually still pretty good. But still no 7 though. Also, here's like most of what we need for the bottom straight. All right. Technically, we can do this a few more times. Well, 7's in there. There's 4 7s in the deck still. The elusive 7, I know. I mean, this. Oh my god. 9, 8, 6, and the 2. All right, we can do this a few more times. The remaining cards are 33% 7s. So 10, 9, 8. Show me my 7. We do need this hand to win because like we're not going to be able to get another hand if we burn through the whole deck. Just like kind of nuts. Right, give me my 7. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. It is possible. So this is funny. I don't actually have the math on whether or not we can if this last hand will win. It is statistically possible to not draw a 7 here, but it's very unlikely. I'm not even gonna be mad if we don't get a 7. I'm a little bit concerned that we won't have enough even with it, but I think we will. It actually will depend a little bit on what the misprint does, maybe. But let's see. Well, I need to make 8,000 on it. Okay, so we got 2 of the 7s. We would have needed everything because potentially everything but the 7. It could have been the 4 7s could have stayed in the deck right there, which would have been hilarious. We're actually we're the 9 away from being able to do a straight flush, which actually would, because straight flushes aren't leveled up, would actually make us less money. So this is 10,000. Well, this should be. I don't want to jinx it. I think this is fine. It's over 10,000. We actually got a bad hand off the misprint. So that shows you the weakness of this like straight deck. We need straight, so if you can't get them all of a sudden, it can get kind of rough. All right, we only made 6 money on that. So it went so poorly. This is the. It's time to fight the wheel. The wheel's the one that gives us face down cards. I kind of want to make a little bit of money, so I'm going to just not buy anything and kind of rely on things going a little better this time than they did last time. Same scenario, though. We need a 7. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, so let's discard down to that. Looking for a 7. Did not get it. It's happening again. 10, 9, 8. Get rid of this. Give me that 7, baby. Okay, it's happening all over again. So here's a fun fact. This could be a 7. And I think we're just going to hope it is, because if not, I don't know what's going to happen. So, because we know it could be a 7 because it's in between the 8 and the 6. We've gotten rid of a lot of 8. So I think, well, I guess it could be another 6. I don't know. Let's see if it's a 7. It is. Woo! That was a little risky. All right, so that actually wasn't enough to win outright, but we only need 2,000 more. Hmm. Tempted to go look for flushes here. We have 3 hands left, so we can potentially draw a 7 off of this, which would keep us alive. So I'm going to. In fact, statistically, we probably should get a 7. So I'm going to just play this as a bogus hand. And if we get a heart or a 7, we should be pretty good. We might even get. Well, actually, what's funny is if we get a 7, we'll make it less. A 7 of hearts will actually make it less money than we would normally make on this hand. Oh my god! Why are there no set? But why is this game in 7s right now? I think we have to go searching for a 7 again. 9. We need a 7 to come out of here. There's 3 7s in these 8 cards. Here we go. Our heart would probably get us there too, actually. There's 3 7s in those 4 cards right now. I think this will do it. So that's 300 before you do any multipliers. 300 times 15 is 1500. We're only 600 away. Yeah, we got this. That went worse than it should have. So 6,000. Okay. All right, we're in the final ante. We have 12 money, which is still not that much money. We can buy a ×4 molt ×4 molt Joker. That's pointless. We're probably going to spend all this money on these card packs. Jumbo pack. We were looking for straight, so we didn't get it. But we've fallen back on flushes a few times, so we'll probably take this flush from the Jupiter. And really, what will we even want in this Arcana? There's stuff we could use in here, but we don't need to change the suits. Well, actually, again, we could lean towards a flush deck all of a sudden. This Empress is good in the sense that that adds multiplier to some random cards, which is like, we're usually like a 9 and 8 would make sense. We're usually doing like middle of the road flushes. I'm gonna fish with the High Priestess, draw 2 more planet cards, and hope for a Saturn, which we got, and a Jupiter. That's actually the best 2 cards we could have gotten. That's pretty great. So we don't have any cards, any jokers that support flushes, but honestly, our flush is like kind of okay now, so we can definitely fall back on it. Okay. You could get a spectral pack. Spectral packs are good, but they potentially could really mess up our system, so we don't really want one. All right, we need to make 14,000. 6, 5. We're 3 away from a straight right now, which is not great. I want to keep the 6 for the moment because it could always form, an upper straight on us, and we're looking for a 3. So yeah, back to no 7s, huh? 6. Okay, we still need that 3. Still no 7s. Okay, we're really kind of not messing with. Yeah, all right, let's do this. Yeah, I'm not having fun with this. This freaking. Maybe we abandon. Gosh, we still haven't seen a 7. There should be 8s around still. We need a 9 too. I'm not having fun with trying to find these straights, man. It's stressing me out. 6, 5. Let's drop the 10 too. We really just need 6, 5, 4. We need a 3. Just give us a 3, dog. There it is. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This is a lower end one, so it's not amazing, but actually our straight's gotten stronger. This actually probably gets it in one go. We'll see. Times 40, times 50, times 56. So it didn't get it in one. Pretty close. The molt off the misprint Joker wasn't that high. 5, 4, 3, 2. If we kept the ace, we'd have another straight right now. We might need to go searching for a flush. What do we have the most of? We have 2 of everything. Awesome. We're probably okay, but we're gonna have to probably limp our way to the victory here. 5, 4, 3, 2. So if we can draw a 6, do we want to look for a 6? I know we threw one away earlier. This is a pair. $17 cards in the deck. Oh, we got it anyway. Even that was kind of that was trash hand, but it made a grand. So we made 6 money off of that. I don't. There's 2 fights left before like the final fight. I think I'd rather. Nothing we're seeing is like guaranteed to be good for us. So I think we're gonna sit on the money, which we could live to regret potentially. Okay, I got to make 2,100 here. 4, 3, 2. 10, 9, 8. Don't need this 4 and 3. Need a dreaded 7. I think we're better. We're better off getting rid of the high stuff because we can always get an ace to wrap too. But we need a 5. Okay, we got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We were one away from getting whatchamacallit. Straight flush, which actually again is not even good for us really, because of the way we're built into straight here. That won't get it in one, but that should put us. Well, it's actually, yeah. I mean, it's more than half. Ooh, there we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Nice. All right, that'll get us there. I think. Ooh, we got a 0 on our misprint. I think we still got it. Got it in 2 hands, which is better than 5 hands, right? All right, so now we have 14 money. I don't know if either of these are better than what we have, really. 1 out of 3 planets. I mean, if we knew we were getting a Saturn, then we would want to buy a Celestial Pack for sure. Is an ace better? I don't think an ace is better than the misprint. I wouldn't mind something better than what we have, but we don't have it yet. I'm gonna buy the Arcana pack. Might end up taking the Emperor. Empress adds molt to cards. That's not bad. Hanged Man is bad in this scenario. We don't want to delete cards because we need to make straights. Going all clubs is fine, but we're not built towards flushes. Bonus is also good, like so is the Empress. We're going to go with the Emperor here. Because it's going to give us 2 tarot cards. I'm kind of hoping for Temperance, honestly. And we got kind of a bunch of nothing, honestly. So Lovers makes Wild, which is great for flushes. Justice isn't the worst thing. It makes a card into a glass card, which doubles your molt, but has a chance to be deleted when it's played. I could see if we can put this on an 8, that would actually be good. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is the second to last fight in the game. I think we're going to win this one. I don't know if we're going to win the final boss. We're feeling a little weak again. Remember, we basically need to be able to make 5,000 a hand, And I'm not feeling like we're going to be able to pull that off. This ability is super hard to play against when you have face cards, but we don't have any face cards. We have no face cards in our deck, so this ability effectively does nothing to us. So that's good. Okay, we did get an 8. I am going to turn this 8 into a glass card, which could be pretty important. We are looking for a 7. We've been here before, haven't we? All right, if we can get a 7, we win. Oops, we need to keep that 5, my bad. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So we're going to discard all this. We're looking for a 7, baby. All right, you know that sensation. We are looking for a 7. Oh, I almost got rid of my 6. 9, 8, 6. Okay, that's what we need. Okay, we're getting rid of these guys. There we go. We actually can do this 2 ways now. Probably can leave the 5 out of it at this point. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. This might almost... Actually, I don't know if this is a one hand, but we're going to get a ×2 multiplier in this. So this should be pretty high, actually. Okay, so it's early. Okay, that's interesting. The multiplier happens a little early on, but that's still another 0 off our misprint. That's still the highest multiplier we've ever had, but you notice it only got us halfway. We're back to needing a 7. 10, 9, 8, 7. What a bunch of bull. There's 3 7s left in the deck, so let's go fishing. On the other hand, we could just play a flush. We could use this lovers to make a card wild and play a flush, but I think we'll save that for a little bit later, even though we're going to make it harder to make a flush right now, obviously. 10, 9, we're looking for that 7. Didn't get it. 3 8s. And play a pair here. Try to keep all our heart cards. We need to keep the 9. Wait. What do we need? We need the 10 needs to stay. The 9 needs to, this all we, and the 2. We can get rid of all this, looking for a 7. Oh, correct. Yeah. What it does is it makes a card a wild card, but it just refers to suits. So it makes it every suit at once. Well, we have 4 hands left, so I'm not that worried yet. But we'll see. I mean, statistically, there's 7s in here, although we might need 2 hands. Yeah, we just haven't been getting. These decks have not been doing super great. 10, 9, 8. We're looking for a 7. Here we go. Let's throw some stuff out. So, like, if we draw another heart here, we could turn this 10 into. Oh my! Was there really no set? That's crazy. That is crazy. Still sitting here waiting for a 7, man. We don't need this 9. What's crazy is I don't think the 7's even going to win. It depends on what the molt does. The misprint. All right. These 7s have been so mean to me. All right. Last hand. I mean, the hand should have a 7 in it. Alternatively, we could go for a flush here, but like the thing is that I need it to be a straight. 10, 9, 8. All right, here we go. Statistically, unlikely that we won't get a 7, but you never know. Imagine. We lost. Dude, there's 3. Those are 7. I want to say those are all 7s. Okay. Of course, we can make a card a heart, but that won't do us any good. So this is where we lost. There's no hand we can play here that will make this work. Let's play our pair of fives. And off we go. That's nuts. All right. I think I'm doing a little worse than my normal plays at this point. All right. It is late. And we'll do one more. Okay, so in my mind, I thought we would be winning and then playing with new hands, but here's this is the yellow deck. It's like a normal deck, but you start with 10 extra money, which actually, if that goes well, could really work out for you, right? Early investment into your deck can make it stronger, all that kind of jazz. Otherwise, it's just like, and it doesn't have extra discards like the red deck does. So, opening hands, you always ideally would like a 4 of a kind or a full house to win in one hand. I'm actually not sure, honestly, if aces and sixes will even do it, but we'll keep the sixes and try to get a full house here. Let's see what happens. Okay, now we don't want the sixes anymore. Aces and jacks. There we go. So that was with one hand. That earns us 1 extra money. You could potentially not spend any money here and go into the next hand with like 20 some, which would give you a lot of interest bonus, right? So we have 22 right now. This is pretty meh. I like grabber, but we don't have to take it yet because we could take it after this next hand. What are the blinds coming up? Okay. We're just going to not take anything because I want the interest bonus. So now we should just play the best hands that we can make. It doesn't really matter as much because we can't win in one hand anyway, right? I think I'm gonna look for a flush here. Which, no, but we have 3 of a kind. Now I want a full house. Actually, we have a full house. Let's just go ahead and play that. 4s obviously aren't like the absolute best thing you could play, but that's fine. You can't have everything all the time. And this will be like 200 some, maybe even pretty close to 300. Yeah, 312. So we are close. Pair of 10s. Let's dump all this and just look for. Okay, we have three pairs, which is of course nothing. But I think, let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 60. 120 times 2. That's actually not enough to win. So we're looking for an ace or a 10 here, I think. Got it. Boom. Okay, so we have 32 money. That's good money, right? If you don't spend a lot of it, then you can continue to make the interest money, which sort of adds up. This grabber will go away after this next fight, so we're going to buy the grabber, which gives us an extra hand for the rest of the game, which honestly will even pay for itself because every time you get $1 for every hand you don't use. So when we aren't doing bad, it'll actually help us out there. I don't really want to commit to either of these. I'm going to try to keep us in the 20s with money so that we can continue to earn the interest. And I think with an extra hand, there's no reason why we can't beat the head without taking any power ups. So pair of fives. We'll get rid of all our hearts. Our hearts are turned off by the boss. And let's see what we got. We have lots of two of a kinds, and we're close, but don't have either suit yet. Two aces. Don't really know. We're kind of we got a whole lot of nothing right now. I don't really want to play two pair. Actually, should we have four pair? That's annoying. Hate to do it. Okay. All right, we still have nothing. Those of you keeping track, we still have nothing. All right, situation continues to not be great. Even though I didn't want to do it, we are now going to play. You know what? Let's just play a trash hand and see. Oh, God. I suck at this game. Hey, guys, want to watch me play my favorite game? I suck at it. All right, let's get some aces. Aces and kings. Then we throw some queens away already. What is happening? Pair of kings. Do we look for a flush? Oh, yeah. What am I doing? All right, well, we only need 510 more points. We do have a flush. That should help. Oh, it's fine. I'm just teasing myself. Okay, that puts us about halfway. Oh man, we actually might still lose. Okay. Man, we keep on getting all these pairs. We don't really want pairs. So let's see. This is like 100 and something. It puts us down to our last hand. We might lose here. I should have played that 2, gotten rid of it. That was dumb. 116. We need to make 160 on this, and we can't. All right. Pair of sevens, pair of twos. Let's come back in and play again, I guess. Well, no, it's late. All right, well, thanks for watching me lose 3 different rounds of what's this game called? Ballatrio. Is currently, well, the demo, it's a demo. It's on Steam if anyone wants to play it. I think it's a really fun game. I just put my Discord server link in my Twitch chat. If you're watching on TikTok, it's in the link tree if you want to make sure you don't miss out on future streams. We'll probably play more of this in the future. We also play puzzle games and spooky games. Thanks for watching, Ben. Thanks for hanging out. I just realized I shouldn't stay up after midnight because I have a child. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you around.